Hello and welcome to your mat. My name is Chelsea. Today I will be guiding you through a 40-minute restorative practice that focuses on creating space in the lower back and the lumbar spine. So if you feel any pain or discomfort in your lower back, this should be a great class to create a little bit of relief for you and perhaps a little more space in these areas. We'll start laying down on our backs, taking the feet to the width of the mat. Let the knees fall in, and then allow the spine to be supported by the ground beneath you. As you arrive, just take a couple moments to rock your pelvis forwards and back here. And then after a couple of rocks, sort of let gravity take over and let your pelvis fall into a position that feels comfortable. You can either place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly, or let your palms rest facing up beside you. And we're just going to start to bring our attention and our awareness to the breath. So without changing too much just yet, I invite you to start to observe your breath, to follow your breath, to sort of indulge in your breath a little bit, just being curious about how it feels, where it moves. And maybe whilst you're doing this, you notice some of the mental chatter and the mind quiet as you have a single point of focus, something to direct your energy and your attention toward. And then from here, we'll start to lengthen and deepen the breath a little bit. And trying to fill the belly, feeling the rib cage expand. Imagine you were trying to get the breath to wrap around the waist and really fill the lower back. Maintaining a sense of ease as you breathe. And our intention for practice today is to create a little bit of relief. Whether there is pain or not in this area or discomfort, just relief in the sense of feeling that energy of ease, feeling slightly lighter. So allow the intention to resonate with you in whichever way it may. And we'll seal it in together with a big breath. So exhale all the air out of the lungs. Find a full inhalation. Hold the breath full, and a big exhalation. Empty all the air out, out, out. Really nice. Bring your hands onto the mat on either side of the body if they're not there already. Keep the feet where they are. And we're just going to take some windscreen wipers with the legs, left to right. Lowering both knees over towards the left, coming through center, both knees over towards the right. Let's take 2 more each side. Starting to bring a little bit of movement into the lower back. Creating a little bit of space and a stretch into the hips and the glutes, which are 2 areas that can also cause some lower back stiffness. And then gently come back through center. We're going to draw the knees into the chest. Use your hands, and hands. Use your hands to draw the knees into the chest so you feel a stretch into the lower back. Really nice. And then take your knees above your hips. So if I had a little more space here, I would straighten my arms beside me, keeping my palms up. I'm going to go for cactus arms because I'm short on space. From here, try to imprint the lower back into the mat. And then we're going to lower both knees over towards the right. Try to keep your left knee stacked on top of the right. So imagine you had a little ball or something between the knees and you wanted to keep that left hip reaching forward. This left arm may hover off the mat now, which is fine. You can bring your right hand, if you like, to the outside of the left thigh to resist it down and see if you have a little more room to twist. I want you to maintain a sense of ease throughout this practice, so resist the need to force this shape. And we'll be here for 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 1 more breath in and 1 more breath out. Really nice. Gently draw yourself back through center. I'm going to shuffle over a little bit, cactus arms or arms nice and wide, lowering both knees over towards the left this time, keeping that right hip plugged forward. Imagine a little bowl between the knees, and then extending the arms or cactus arms. You can keep your gaze up or shift the gaze over the right shoulder. Again, maintaining a sense of ease. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Final breath in here. Final breath out. Really nice. We return back through center, hugging the knees into the chest. We'll place either hand on either knee, so right hand to right knee, left hand to left knee, and we're just going to take some nice big circles with the knees, moving outward to start, drawing the knees in, taking the knees out to the sides of the room, just starting to lubricate the hip joint. And you should feel a little stretch into the lower back as you hug the knees in. The next time the knees come in through center, we'll change direction. So take the knees away from you and then out to the sides. Really nice. Knees come through center. We place the soles of the feet down onto the mat, hands on either side of the hips. And we're just going to imprint the lower back into the mat, ground into all 4 corners of the feet, And we're lifting up into a low bridge. So try not overextend here. You can stay a little bit lower than what you usually would. Keep your collarbones broad. Nice scooping of the pelvis up here. You want to feel the muscles of the quads and the hip lengthen. Really nice. We're going to hold for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1, curling down vertebra by vertebra. Really nice. Bring the soles of the feet to touch and the knees out wide for Baddha Konasana. Hands can rest on the body. 3 breaths. Allowing each exhale to be a letting go, coming back to that intention of relieving yourself. Really nice. Heel toe your feet to hip width apart. You can bring your hands to the backs of the hamstrings and then use the legs to pull you up to a seated position. Lovely. We'll come to find a cross-legged seat. On the inhale, reach the arms up along the ears as you breathe in. On the exhale, we're going to take a side bend over towards the right. So ground your right hand beside you, sweep your left arm along your ear. Grounding down through both sitting bones. Imagine trying to shift your rib cage over towards the left as you reach your left arm over towards the right. Slow and controlled breath. You can walk your right fingertips a little further out. Maybe you come down onto the forearm. Really nice. One more breath in. On the exhale, start to lean that left armpit down towards that right knee. Then bring your left fingertips outside of that right knee. Lift the chest, right hand outside and behind the right glute. We'll move into a twist. So this hand can either hover or you can place the palm onto the thigh. Find a nice rotation through the spine, keeping your chin neutral, your neck neutral rather. Staying for the breath in, twisting a little deeper on the breath out. Really nice. Inhale, the arms rise up along the ears, breathe in. Exhale, side bend over to the left. Place your left hand down beside you, reaching your right arm along your ear. Really nice. Visualizing reaching the right rib cage over towards the right hand side of the room and then stretching the right arm over towards the left. You can creep those left fingertips further away from you as you come down towards your forearm. Slow, conscious breath. Really nice. Breathe in. Exhale, rotate right armpit down towards left knee. Place the fingertips outside of the knee or onto the knee. Left hand behind the left glute. Rotate over towards the left. Really nice. Breathing in. And then exhale, twisting. Lovely. Breathing in. And exhale, twisting. Nice. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Grow tall through the spine. On the exhale, bring your hands behind you. And then you're going to slip out the feet. And we're going to lift ourselves into a Malasana Yogi squat. Really nice. You can bring your hands to your heart center. Otherwise, if you'd like to take this nice and passively, you can flip your palms to face up so the top of the foot meets the top of the hand, and tuck your chin to your chest. The choice is yours. We're going to spend about a minute here. So closing down your eyes, finding long, smooth inhalations, long, smooth exhalations. Really nice. Blinking open the eyes. Right fingertips on the diagonal of the right foot. We'll take the left arm up towards the sky. So we take a nice big rotation. And gently changing out the arms. Left arm down, left finger pads down. Right arm up to sky. Breathing in and exhale, turn your toes in and your heels out for a wide-legged fold. Cup opposite elbow with opposite wrist. You can sway left to right here. Just hang out in space. You can bend your knees a little. Find a halfway lift. Heel toe your feet to hip width apart. Find a nice flat back. Exhale, forward fold. 2 more like that. Nice flat back. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. 1 more time, just like that. Nice flat back. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Lovely. We're going to place the palms down and simply step back to downward facing dog. Bend your knees slightly, lifting your tailbone up towards the sky. 3 breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Really nice. Lower your knees down to the mat. Keep your hands under your shoulders. Spread wide through the fingers. Inhale for cow pose. Lower the belly, lift the heart, tilt the tailbone up towards the sky. Exhale for cat pose, round the spine, tuck the tailbone, spread the skin across the upper back. 2 more times. Inhaling for cow. Exhaling for cat. 1 more time, inhaling cow. Exhaling for cat. Neutral tabletop we meet. Come to sit with your hips on your heels. Close down the eyes for a moment, breathing in and breathing out. And then gently, when you are ready, rocking up onto or rising up onto the shins. We're just going to step the right foot forward and then ever so gently start to drive the pelvis forward. Try not arch into the lower back here. Really nice. So stop yourself when you feel like your bum is sticking out. And then you can bring your fingertips down to the mat. So often the hip flexors, the glutes, the hip joint can be responsible for lower back tightness. So we just want to spend a little bit of time working into the hips here, as well as the hamstrings. Stay for the breath in. Stay for the breath out. One more inhale here. And then exhale, gently shift back to half splits. Flexing your toes back towards your shin. Creating some space in the back line of the legs, the posterior chain. Really nice. We're going to shift forward back to our lunge. Bring your hands up onto that front knee. Curl your pubic bone forward, reaching the left arm up along the ear as you breathe in. And on the exhale, take a side bend over towards the right. Long, smooth inhales. Long, smooth exhales. Really nice. We'll stay for one more breath in. And one more breath out. Gently coming back to kneeling. Using your core slightly. Really nice. And then we'll step the left leg forward. So maintaining this position of the pelvis. And then ever so gently melting the pelvic bowl forward as a whole, and then bringing your fingertips down to the mat. And creating some space, some relief in the body and the mind. Really nice, staying for one more breath in. And then exhale, shifting back to half splits, flexing the toes back towards the shin, lengthening the chest and the heart space over the knee. One more breath in, and one more breath out. And gently shifting forward, bring your hands up onto that left leg, curling the pubic bone forward. Reaching the right arm along the ear as you breathe in. Exhale, take a side bend over towards the left as you breathe out. Slow, conscious breath. One more inhale. Exhale gently brings you back through center. Slow and controlled. We use our core, returning to kneeling. Really nice, and gently sitting your hips onto your heels. Staying for a full breath in and a full breath out. Lovely. Gently walking yourself forward, coming to lay down on your belly. You can take your feet nice and wide to the width of the mat, turn the toes out and the heels in. You can stack your palms one on top of the other and then place your forehead down to rest on the palms. Otherwise, if you have a block, you can choose which setting you would like to place the block on. And then close down the eyes and just allow a couple moments to find some relief here. You can shift your hips left to right. If the block is not comfortable or you're struggling with the stack of the palms, you can stack your fists. And we'll be here for 5 slow, long, deep, conscious breaths, bringing the intention of relief and space in the body to your mind's eye. Really feel the breath move into the lower back, the lumbar spine. Feel a lift across the kidney belt as this area is filled with breath. Really nice. 2 more breaths in this shape. And gently lift your head, draw your legs back toward one another. We're going to journey back to child's pose. Knees go wide, toes to touch, hips to your heels. Stretching your arms out in front of you. Melting your forehead down towards the mat, closing down the eyes. Taking 3 more breaths here. Each exhale, a little more space, a little more relief. And gently walking both hands over towards the right. Breathing into sensation. Hands come back through center and over towards the left. Gently bring your hands back through center. Let's take a full inhalation together. Big exhalation, let it go. And gently walk your hands back towards your knees. Shift yourself off of your sitting bones. And we'll come to lay down on our backs. You can bring a block with you if you have one, but it is not essential. We'll meet laying down on our backs. So if you do have a block with you, you're going to lift the hips and place the block on its low setting. Place the block just underneath the sacrum. If you don't have a block, you can definitely do this without, just by resting the sacrum into the mat, otherwise folding a blanket. And we'll take a breath here and stay for the breath out. Keeping your right foot grounded, you're going to hug your left knee in towards your chest. You'll feel here, if you are on a block, whether you have the right setting or placement. We'll be here for a couple breaths. You can stay here or you can lengthen that right leg away from you. The choice is yours. Long, smooth inhales. Long, smooth exhales. Stay for one more breath in. And one more breath out. And gently sliding that right foot back in if it's not already. Placing the left foot down. And then hugging the right knee into the chest. Slow and controlled breathing. And then again, if you did so on the other side, you can slide your left leg away from you. Just make sure your pelvis doesn't rotate as you do this. Couple breaths here. Breathing into sensation. Long, smooth inhales. Long, smooth exhales. Taking your final breath here. Final breath out. Really nice. Gliding your left foot back in. Placing your right foot down. And if you're on a block or a blanket, you're just going to lift the hips and then place them back down. Really nice. Staying for a full breath in at neutral. And a full breath out. Keeping your block on the right of you if you have one. Again, you don't need it. We're going to straighten the right leg. Hug the left knee into the chest. Breathe in. And exhale. We're going to move into a supine twist. The left knee can rest on the block. If you would like it to extend your left arm out beside you, find a nice twist. Breathing in and breathing out. Really nice. Coming back through center, moving your block if you used it, changing out legs, breathing in, right knee to chest. Exhale, supine twist. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more breath in and one more breath out. Gently come back through center. Hug the left knee into the chest. Bring the right knee to meet the left. Hug yourself into a tiny little ball. Breathe in. Exhale, Shavasana. Extend the limbs. Palms rest facing up beside you. Toes out, heels in. Exhale all the air out of the lungs, empty, release. Take a full inhalation. Pause and hold full. Exhale, sigh the breath out, out, out. Allow the entire body to fall heavy into the ground beneath you. Feel the lower back supported. With each out-breath, a sense of relief as you've created some space in your body, some space in the lumbar spine. I invite you to stay in the shape for another 10 breaths. Focusing on what we did at the beginning of practice, full 3-dimensional breaths, so you feel the sides of the waist, the belly, and the lower back expand with breath. Thank you so much for joining me on your mat. I look forward to sharing this space with you soon.